What do you do when you have a problem with someone? Do you fight? Do you hold in the anger and get bitter? Jesus says if someone offends you, don't fight, talk about it. His words are, when your brother offends you, sit down, just the two of you, and talk. And if he listens to you, you have won over your brother. Jesus said, if you have a problem with someone in church, sit down and talk about it one-on-one. Assume the best about the other person. You may find you have a lot in common. One summer night recently, a Harvard professor, Henry Louis Gates, was returning to Cambridge from a lecture tour. Gates is a leading authority on DNA research to find people's ancestry. While he was away, neighbors reported that someone burglarized his fashionable home, so the police were keeping a close eye on it. Arriving at dusk, Gates' chauffeur, also African American, carried a bag to the porch and tried to open the front door. Because it was stuck, he had to lean hard into it. It was just then that a lady jogging past saw them. Two African Americans with a bag trying to shoulder open a door into a dark house at dusk. She assumed and called the police. A few minutes later, Officer James Crowley arrived. He asked Gates to step outside into the porch's light to talk. Gates, tired from his trip, refused.
A 58-year-old black man was arrested at his own home by police looking for a suspected robber. The story grabbed national headlines because the man in question is one of the nation's most prominent African-American scholars.
Now, Crowley assumed and arrested Gates. That's when assuming and gossiping really started. National media picked up the story and grilled Crowley. Some commentators recall the history of black oppression at the hands of white police. Others said, no one is above the law, no matter how well educated. A few nights later, at a press conference, President Obama was asked about it and said some off-the-cuff remarks that just added to the gossip. Everyone was assuming, and no one was talking directly to each other. And then the president did something wise. He invited Professor Gates and Officer Crowley to the White House Rose Garden for a beer summit to do what Jesus asked. Sit down with the one who offended you and talk it out. Well, the two men came to more than a meeting of the minds. They became friends. In fact, some months later, Henry Louis Gates offered his DNA research tools to Crowley to find the policeman's heritage. Crowley said he knew he was Irish. Gates said, I can help you find the county and clan of your ancestors. Crowley agreed. They found that he was descended from a warlord named Niall from Clan O'Neill, County Tyrone. Gates' research shocked even Gates. Gates had once done his own ancestry research. Like nearly every African American he had ever researched, Gates knew that he was not entirely of African descent. He had a white ancestor too, a great-great-grandfather from Ireland, and an ancestor named Niall from the Clan O'Neill, County Tyrone. Talk just between the two of you, and if he listens to you, you have won over your brother.